We're also going to talk about problems that both sides had right now. So we have the British side, and we have Washington's group. So you can put 2 columns on your paper. Don't have to be long columns. So we have Britain's problem. And then we have Washington's problem. Okay, does anyone remember a problem that Great Britain was having in the war? They had 2 major problems. Okay, tea was a problem earlier, wasn't it? We didn't want to pay that tax on tea. Yes. All right, distance. They were a long ways away from where they were fighting. They're way across an ocean. Right? Distance was a problem, and Brett? Well, they didn't have problems with that. Remember, they had a trained army that had the red coats, and they were ready to go. These are other problems, Lucy. Okay, that would be distance. Chris?
Making sure that people know how to fire the cannons?
No. Tell you what, it was the size of the colony. They had so much area to try to regain. So the size of the colony was a problem for them. All right, what about Washington? Tracy? All right, I'm going to put that down here for number 3. Lack of support. And we'll talk about that in just a second. All right, they were poorly trained. And they lacked supplies. Remember, we have 13 separate colonies that are not really joined together yet. So you didn't get a lot of well-trained soldiers. You're just volunteers. And they lack supplies. You didn't have enough money coming in to keep them with food and ammunition. And also there was a lack of support. We're going to look at a pie graph. This is graph divided into, well, fifths. Okay, each of these is 1/5 of the pie. This is going to show you the lack of support that Washington had at the beginning of the war. 2/5, you put lines to those 2/5. 2/5 are what we call patriots. And a patriot was someone who supported the war. They wanted to break away from Great Britain. So they supported the colony. How many fifths do we have left? Let's see. 3/5. Good. And out of those 3/5, 1/5 are what we call loyalists. They were loyal to who? Great Britain, right? So they supported Great Britain. The 2/5 that are remaining, they didn't know. They're undecided. So this shows you the lack of support. You only had 2/5 of your people who actually supported you, would help you out, fight your battles for you, give you money if you needed it. couple seconds, if that's okay.